Why are you here? What difference are you going to make in this world? There are a lot of people who don't make a difference, and I want you to get up right now. And I want 61 push-ups.
Yeah, Royce, 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 yeah, Royce, Royce. Okay, step into the mind of a young boy genius, telling you what's going on in stadiums and arenas. We talking the NFL, we talking the NBA, we talking about the biggest sports news of the day. Got a favorite athlete, a team that you're thinking? Well, let's put it to the test and see where Royce ranks them. And listen, man, I could go on and on, but let's get into it, featuring his co-host Dom. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me introduce everybody to Royce's thoughts. Yeah. I said sit back, relax, and welcome to the pod, and let me introduce everybody to Royce's thoughts. Yeah.
All right. It's that time of the week again, where we record a episode of a podcast called
Royce's thoughts.
Moved by.
Moving with Mardis.
And as always, I am your co-host, Dom, sitting across from the namesake himself,
Royce.
How we doing today?
Good.
It is now. Here's the deal, Royce. It's Tuesday. It's September 13th.
Yep.
We have decided some show notes. So let's get the notes out the way. Okay. Some announcements, game notes, as they're kind of called. Like if you're a media member, you go to a game and get this packet that says game notes. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start recording on Tuesdays for a while.
Yep.
Which means the show's going to come out on. That's you. You're supposed to say Wednesday. And we're doing that because you are a competitive swimmer.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, you're a competitive swimmer. And
no, I'm not. I play water polo.
Well, okay. And it's Wednesday nights are tough. Part of the reason we didn't record last week is because Wednesday night you were just dog tired.
Yeah.
We do want to apologize for not recording last week, though. Not because, it happens. Stuff happens, right? We're allowed to miss a night, miss whatever. But want to apologize because last week was a really big week.
I only apologize when I'm sorry.
You're not sorry? You're not sorry for the people for not giving them the week 1 college football preview that they deserved?
I had math homework.
I mean, you did have math homework. And as you being a student, I think everybody's going to be okay with understanding that you are going to have to miss, right? It's fine. But I just want to go over the potential stuff we could have talked about last week.
Yep.
We could have done a week 1 college football recap.
Yep.
A week 1 NFL preview.
Yep.
We could have talked about how KD thought he should have been a 99 on 2K.
He's also not smart.
We could have talked about the Bears saying bye to Soldier Field and saying we're moving out of here, which is really ironic because after seeing the way Soldier Field handled with my 49ers, maybe I get it now. We could have talked about the former quarterback matchups that were going to happen this week, which were Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Versus the Seahawks.
Yep.
You had some rooted interest in that game.
Mm-hmm.
We could have talked about Joe Flacco going against his Super Bowl team, the Ravens.
We could have, but we would not have talked about Joe Flacco.
Well, we could have talked about Baker Mayfield opening up the season against his former Browns. And we didn't. But you know what? That's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we got a good show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Royce has the Uni glasses on. I don't really know what kind of glasses they're called, but they really look like the unibrow version of a sunglass. So Uni glasses. So I'm cool with this. I feel good about everything that's about to happen. Do you?
I don't know what's about to happen.
Well, do you want to talk about anything before I jump into maybe what this rundown could look like?
Nope.
You just good. You just ready to roll off the top?
Yep.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, before we jump into this, we got to thank our title sponsor.
Yep.
Moving with Mardis. There's never been a better time to buy,
sell,
or invest. in real estate. And if you need any of those services, you should contact Sean Mardis at Moving with Mardis, because he'll take care of you. Great customer service, great guy, great team. So if you need anything, any of that type of stuff in Southern Indiana area, hit up movingwithmardis.com. That's Mardis, MARDIS.com. And check him out. And tell him Royce's Thoughts sent you. It's not going to get you anything. Maybe like an extra bumper sticker or something. But, Royce's Thoughts sent you. We want to thank Sean for his support, continued support of the show. Okay, so let's jump into it. I think we should talk about, first, the crazy week 2 of college football.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Nope.
Oh, man. Okay, this is your podcast. You got to talk.
My moment has not arrived.
Your moment's not arrived. Okay, so do you know why it was crazy?
Why was it crazy?
No, I'm not trying to tee you off. Okay, let's just talk about Marshall, App State, and Georgia Southern for a second.
All right.
Who did Marshall play?
Notre Dame.
What happened in that game?
Marshall beat Notre Dame.
Where was the game?
Notre Dame.
Was Notre Dame in the top 10?
Yes.
Yes, they were. Who did App State play?
Texas A&M.
Where did they play at?
App State.
They played at App State?
I think so.
They did not. They played at Kyle Field.
My bad.
They played at Texas A&M. Was Texas A&M in the top 10?
Yeah.
Georgia Southern.
They beat Nebraska.
Which is not really a big deal because Nebraska's not good at football. But
The Broncos could really use Scott Frost.
Georgia Southern fired Scott Frost.
Nebraska fired Scott Frost.
I know. But so were you surprised by any of the outcomes? And there were other upsets as well. There was other close games. Texas and Alabama turned out to be a barn burner. What? It was crazy. But I mean, so like what's going on? Like we got anything?
I'm not surprised.
About?
Anything. I'm surprised that Alabama and Texas was as close as it was. I thought that'd be a blowout. Horns down. If I want Alabama to win, it's going to be against Texas.
Okay.
I don't want Alabama to win anything else, but I hate Texas.
Why do you hate Texas so much?
Because it's Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright.
It's like,
Deep in the heart of Texas.
I don't know. I don't like Texas.
Okay. That's fine. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's cool. Yeah. So you really don't have anything to talk about when it comes to college. I know you watch some college football.
Yeah.
Why are you not excited about it?
Because I just really don't care about college football. It does not matter to me.
Okay. Well, in that case, then why don't we talk about something that you care about?
All right.
Dang, man. Like, that was just rough. There's so much more that I had to talk about. Like, I have like 4 more points about college football. But we're going to skip all
Right now,
that.
you can go back.
Nope. So let's talk about...
Can I see what the points were, at
Nope.
least?
Nope. Let's talk about week 1 of the NFL schedule. And let's just jump right to the game that you care about. It happened last night.
Okay.
Tell the people what happened last night.
Geno Smith didn't write back. They wrote him out, but he didn't write back. Geno Smith is so much better than Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, like, plays on a mountain in Colorado. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Like, what is he? Well, the Seahawks won. We won. Broncos country.
That's right.
Left. Is it left wide?
Wide left. Yeah.
No, it's left wide.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't do wide left, because that wide left doesn't sound like let's ride.
Right.
Left wide sounds like Let's ride.
Broncos country.
Left wide.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And Geno Smith is good at football again.
So here's what I would like to paint a picture. Okay, so for those of you who can't see, Royce is in a mood today, which is you can hear that. You can hear it. He's yawning profusely right now. And
I
so
yawned one time.
I'm just kidding. So here's the scene that was happening last night. Royce is watching the game. I would classify watching the game as more like a nervous individual who if you've ever been around a person that just can't sit down, and a pacer. I didn't know that Royce was a pacer.
I actually might not have sat down in my 6th period class at all.
Yeah, I mean it was a very eye-opening experience. I've never seen Royce this engaged in a football game before. And he stood in front of the TV, blocking, didn't matter who he was standing in front of to see said TV. When the Seahawks were on offense or when, the game got close toward the end. And you were really invested in making sure that your Seahawks won that game.
Yep.
So I have a question for you. Do you now have renewed hope for the season? Or are you good to basically say this was our season and we're going to go ahead and fight for our lottery pick now?
Well, our season is not over. We have to win 3 games this year.
3 more games or 3 total games?
3 total games. That's all I care about.
So you've already won one of those games?
Yes.
So the other 2 versus 49ers?
Yes.
Which that is this weekend.
Yes.
Game number 1 of 2 is this weekend.
Yes.
Where's that game?
San Francisco.
So it's going to be very interesting because Seattle with Russell Wilson had a great record versus the 49ers. Seattle does not have Russell Wilson no more.
No, we don't.
So do you think that Seattle's going to repeat what happened yesterday, this weekend?
Absolutely.
So you're saying Seahawks are walking in with a comfortable win, or are they going to walk out with a nail biter? What's your gut telling you?
A win is a win.
A win is a win. So do you think it's going to be close? Or do you think the Seahawks will blow out the 49ers?
I think that after this game, the NFL will be considering removing a team from San Francisco because of how poorly they play.
All right. Well, I just have well, I mean, they might have to remove the Seahawks from San Francisco if they play that poorly.
That was a good one.
Okay, so let's jump back to what happened last night though. I know that you said you only need to win 3 games. I felt like all of the emotion in the whole region of Seattle was in that stadium. The Broncos fumbled twice on 2 separate drives on the 1-yard line.
Yep.
They didn't get into the end zone at another time when they got within inside the 10-yard line as well. And then some of the most questionable play calling and clock management that I've ever seen by a professional football team happened on the last drive, especially with a team that has a future Hall of Fame quarterback. So I will say this. I don't really feel like I feel like the Seahawks won that game. But it does feel like the Broncos got like I'll call it the 12. The Seattle, the 12th man. I feel like they won that game for you guys.
I feel like
the energy, all the stuff that was going on. Geno was near perfect in the first half, literally. Was he 14 or 15 or something like that?
Something like that.
Two touchdowns, 100. Yeah, didn't even score in the second half. Didn't even need to. Or was it just a field goal?
I don't think we scored.
Yeah. So like there was just some stuff going on that I'm like, man, it was divine. Y'all were supposed to win that game. I don't think it's gonna happen this weekend. I think all of the woes that we saw in Chicago because of the monsoon and the bad field conditions.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about how you guys did this weekend.
We played like hot garbage in the second half.
But I want you to think.
First half.
No, I want you to change that statement. We take off the ED of play. We play. Just play, not played. you just play like that all the time.
We don't, and you know that. We were in the NFC Championship game last year.
Who's your quarterback in the NFC Championship
Jimmy
game?
G, who's our backup. So if
Who's your quarterback now?
Trey Lance, who threw for more yards than Justin Fields, who ran for more yards than Justin Fields. There was
you guys still lost.
There was 2 busted coverages, and the defense let us down, which is crazy to say. Now the offense didn't help, but it's hard to score in a monsoon. And if you look at the 2 plays,
Bears obviously scored in a monsoon.
they did. They certainly did. But both of their touchdown pass drives, we had stopped them on 3rd down, and we committed bonehead penalties to keep the drive alive.
Well, that was dumb. Why'd you do that?
It was. And and I think we'll address those things. We will not have 15 penalties for 95 yards. We won't have that this game.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, I hear you.
49ers fans also won't have that because they're going to leave at halftime.
So would you like to place a friendly bet?
No.
You don't have faith in your team?
No, I don't want you to lose any money.
Who said it had to be money?
Me.
Okay. What do you want to bet? How much money do you want to bet?
I just said I don't want to bet.
Okay. So, okay. Well, do you want to talk about any of the other games that happened yesterday?
I think we go more in depth on the 49er game.
Okay, let's keep going. What else you got to say?
That the 49ers lost.
And
that iconic picture of that one dude slamming Trey Lance's face into the ground. Pretty good.
Look, it was a great photo.
And then the Bears at the end,
the slip and slide. It was great. It was great. It was an emotional win for Chicago. They needed it. New coach, Justin Fields. I was happy for Justin Fields. I was not happy with the outcome of that game. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's week 1.
You're just mad that the Seahawks are a playoff team and you're not.
Today, yeah, it's the playoffs started today. The Seahawks are in. I do not believe that the Seahawks are going to. I do not believe that the Seahawks are going to win. Listen, here's the deal: the NFC West, the Cardinals. I mean, we're kind of. I'm joking a little bit about the 49ers and about the Seahawks. The Cardinals looked atrocious. Like what I saw out of the 49ers, we also lost our starting running back. Like those things happen. What was the Cardinals' excuse? They just didn't even come. They didn't show up at the stadium. So the NFC West looks a lot different to me right now. If I had to guess, I'm still going to homer this. So I'm going to say the 49ers can still win the NFC West because the Rams something looks a little off about that. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to go San Francisco, I'm going to go the Rams, I'm going to go Seattle, and then I'm going to go
a little
the Cardinals.
Off for 3 of the 4 teams.
Listen.
Because then you guys won.
Don't get over hype about a week 1 emotional win over your former quarterback. You are not going to sit here and tell me that you believe the Seahawks are going to win the division. You honestly believe that? Okay. Who do you think is going to win the division?
The Seahawks. If I don't say the Seahawks, I'm not a real Seahawks fan.
It's true.
Also, I would like to say that your opinion on the 49ers winning the division is also terrible. Having a chance to win the division, I strongly disagree.
I believe that if things go too south, and I mean, if we lose to Seattle this weekend, Jimmy G's our starter again.
When?
If we lose to Seattle this weekend, Jimmy G's our starter again. Then what? What you gonna say?
I don't think that Jimmy G is going to be a starter after 2 games.
If we go 0-2, with all due respect, versus the Bears and the Seahawks, yes, Jimmy G's coming in.
You guys play week 3. You play with Denver week 3. You guys aren't going to win that game either because you're cursed.
Why are we cursed?
Because Russell Wilson's playing.
What?
You guys play Denver week 3.
I got you because Russell Wilson plays well versus the 49ers.
Yes.
Got it. I
So
understand.
0-3 for you guys.
Oh my gosh. All right. So here's what I would like to do. I want to do one thing. I would like to talk about the other revenge games for a second.
Okay.
Did you expect any of the other quarterbacks to win their revenge game?
What? Joe Flacco and Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
No.
I expected
not.
I expected the revenge tour to go 1-2. And I thought that was going to be Russ over the Seahawks. I didn't think the Jets would show up, and they pretty much didn't. And I was surprised. Baker played okay. Played okay. Wasn't great.
He played like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
They had a chance to win
I
the game
didn't
at the end.
expect. My predictions went 3-0. So
What were your other two predictions?
that Seahawks win and that Joe Flacco and the Jets
gotcha.
are going to lose.
Gotcha. Can we talk about the 2 overtime games?
Yeah.
Which is the more disappointing result? The Colts and Texans tying, or the Steelers stealing a game in Cincinnati?
That one.
You think the Steelers game was?
Yes.
Why?
Because the Bengals need to go back to the Super Bowl per the Bengals.
Yeah. Joe Burrow just looked average.
Yeah, he also there's a lot of stuff happening with the team.
Yeah, I mean, well, let me rephrase this. Okay, remember how? Do you remember there was a stat last year like the Cincinnati Bengals had the worst rated offensive line to ever make a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And it feels like they didn't address that.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like Joe Burrow now knows that his line sucks and was like trying to get the ball out quick, was trying to do a lot of things. And he just made some throws that we didn't see from him last year. So my question to you, they did come back, right? The Steelers offense looks worse than the Bengals did. And they came back. They also suffered from having their long snapper hurt during the game, which apparently is like the death penalty in football because no one carries a backup long snapper, and it hurt them. It killed them. I mean, that's why they ended up losing the game, because they couldn't get snaps off.
Yep.
So I think my question to you is this. Which team is in more trouble, the Colts or the Bengals?
The Bengals.
Okay. Interesting.
The Bengals actually lost, and I didn't have much hope for the Colts anyway.
Okay, that's fair. So I would say that I actually think the Colts are in more trouble. And because I would say the Steelers, that is Steelers and Bengals, still a rivalry game. And again, there's emotion, there's all types of stuff happening there. Steelers had a lot to prove. Defense played great, forced 5 turnovers. The Colts just looked inept. Matt Ryan looks pedestrian to me.
He looks old.
Yeah. So what are the Colts going to do?
I don't know.
Because I don't know how they turned that around.
I don't have much hope for the Colts. I don't think I've ever had, in my years of existence, has had much hope for the Colts.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so is it too early for me to have you give us your Super Bowl prediction?
Yes, but I'll give them anyway.
Okay.
Fine, if I have to. All right. Let's see. All right. I can give you just the whole season predictions here. All right. In the Super Bowl, it'll be the Bills and
the Seattle Seahawks. Get out of here. The Bills and who?
I don't know. The Bills and the Bucks.
Bills and Bucks. Bills and Bucks. Okay. Bills look phenomenal. They still, to me, I know they played on Thursday. They just look like the most complete team to me.
I would agree.
How much do you think the Bucks?
If the Seahawks didn't exist.
How much do you think the Bucks playing a Dallas team that just looked atrocious had to do with how good they looked?
Yes.
I do want to say this. Julio Jones was phenomenal. And he kind of looked like old Julio again. So that could be a problem for the rest of the NFL if you got Mike Evans on one side, Julio on the other.
Then Chris Godwin, if Chris Godwin decides to not be hurt.
Right. So that could be a challenge. I will say this. Dallas is in they are in real big trouble.
Yep.
They played like garbage, and they lost their starting quarterback for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And when he comes back, I don't think he's going to be the same anyway.
Nope.
What do they do? Do you go trade for somebody?
Quit.
You just quit football?
No, you don't trade for somebody. You just don't do good.
So they
You
can't
do good one season. What's gonna happen? You lose the title of
Do you know Jerry
America's
Jones?
team.
He's going to make a move. He's going to do something.
Bandinucci.
Oh, man. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, my mic just fell. So here's what I'll say. I'm excited for football. It's been great. I'm also really excited for college football, but you're not. So I'm gonna have to tailor my expectations. We do have our MR DetailWorx.
And why I'm not excited for football? Because Florida lost to Kentucky. That's why. I had hope for Florida.
That was actually one of my bullet points. Is
Should
Kentucky?
have asked.
Is Kentucky for real?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You think so? What was it? Edwards? No, what's the quarterback's name?
Anthony Richardson.
Richardson. He was all. I mean, he was winning the Heisman after week 1.
Yep.
Now,
Like a solid 12th place finish Heisman probably.
is he even on the board anymore?
Yeah.
He looked bad. And so the question is, how much of that is Florida's defense? I mean, Kentucky's defense. How much was that just Richardson having an off night? I don't know.
Yeah. He had an off night.
But man, it didn't look good. I thought Florida would roll in that game. Just roll. And it did not happen that way.
Nope.
All right, so let's do this. Let's get to before we jump into the hotline, let's play our favorite jingle.
Okay, stop. Let me take a look at your whip. Is it new? Is it from 2006? It could be a Lamborghini, Cadillac, a Buick. Either way, we making sure that your ride is legit. If you got a nick, a scratch, we could buff that out. Yeah, car feeling messy, don't let it stress you out. You gon' leave with the shine that's as clean as these rhymes. From the hood to the rim, got the wax. You want that advantage, the finish, so ceramic, protected from damage, so fresh and so lavish. Now that you heard, yeah, why don't you spread that word? The best service in town is at
MR DetailWorx. All right, so as always, we thank MR DetailWorx for sponsoring the voicemail hotline, and we got a couple of voicemails today. We got multiple.
Yep.
Full disclosure, they're both from last week because we didn't record this week. So yeah, let's get into the first one.
Hey, what's up, Royce? It's Jerry. Hey, what'd you think about my Florida State Seminoles blocking that extra point and beating LSU this weekend? That was pretty sweet. My question is, when's the last time you've seen a blocked extra point like that to win a game? Probably never, because I can't even think of one. And then also this next shout out goes to Dom. Hey, Dom, good luck this week in our fantasy football matchup. I hope you lose. But we'll see what happens. See you guys. Bye.
That's actually hilarious. Did you win, Dom? Did you win? Did you win, Dom?
I went 2-1 in my fantasy football teams this weekend.
Which one did you lose?
I may have lost to Jerry. Pretty bad.
I also feel like I now
Jerry crushed me.
have seen in the past week more blocked PATs than I have in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a crazy thing. So I actually had forgotten about the fact that in week 1, LSU, Florida State, great game, and literally LSU comes down the field, ties it, and they get it blocked to lose the game. That was crazy.
They didn't tie it.
No, to lose the game. Yeah, so LSU came down to score the game-tying touchdown, and they needed an extra point to go to overtime.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
No,
do your thing.
I don't know if maybe not to win it, but I've seen I've seen more blocked field goals and blocked PATs in the past week than I have like ever.
The Steelers
Steelers also blocked a PAT.
to keep it from
field
going.
goal.
I mean, it kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Because they were going to. Bengals should have won.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of fantasy football, how did your team do this weekend?
We did amazing.
That's all you got?
It was not even a competition.
I mean, you did crush.
It was only like 165 to like 95.
I do want to say this. Royce, you had the league high
I know.
in points.
I know I did.
However, the league low in points was me.
So you know why? You know why?
Mm-hmm. Why?
It says you're a 49er fan.
Whatever.
Also, I'm just like a side note. Yankees are playing the Red Sox right now.
Uh-huh.
Aaron Judge has hit 2 home runs this game. And now the game is tied 4-4 in the 8th. Just want to point that out.
I just want to say something about your fantasy football team real quick.
All right.
Before we get to our next point.
That is really good.
You have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Got you 33. Ezekiel Elliott only got you 5.
Yeah, he didn't do much. But now they're going to have to run the ball more. So might as well just hand it off to him.
Justin Jefferson.
Coming
Coming in with the 40 spot. 39.4.
Yep.
Mike Evans, solid 18. No offense, nothing. 4.6.
Yep.
Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh, yeah.
27.1. Philly's defense, just a mere 5.
Yep.
And Evan McPherson with the 7 spot.
Yep.
The craziest thing about this, Royce, you had 165, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have had even more points.
Yeah, I should have put in Miles Sanders and then probably Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas had 22.7 on your bench. Miles Sanders had 18.5.
And I could have had more.
You could push close to 200.
If your man George Kittle was playing football, but he wasn't.
Well, you know what?
Because he's a baby and he plays for the 49ers.
Not a baby. He's just slightly injured. Another reason why I'm not concerned about the 49ers. He'll be back this week. So good luck. I mean, here's the thing. You had a good all-around weekend. Seahawks won. Fantasy football team won.
Yep.
I hope it keeps up for you, bro. Who's matchup this week?
It's either no.
Who do I play? Let's see. Let's go to scoreboard. Week 2. I got Sean. You have. You got Mom.
I'm not scared.
Oh man, it's a rough. It's because in our other league that I'm in with Mom, I play her this week too. So it's gonna be a rough. It's gonna be a
David. He was supposed to beat me this week by like a lot. It was like by like 20 or something, and I absolutely blew him out. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man! All right, let's do this. Let's get to the second voicemail.
Royce, Dom, this is Greg. I know, as a Louisville fan, it's been a mighty upsetting week. We all know there's coaching issues, whether it be the new coaches not having a say on what's going on, or the old coaches refusing to give up some of those responsibilities that have caused some of those issues. But my question is, with Malik not looking like he has progressed, when do you give somebody else a couple plays here and there, or do you switch somebody, or do you just leave him in and say he'll figure it out? What's your thoughts on how we move with Malik moving forward?
Me, personally, I say you just leave Malik in and let him figure it out because I don't know who the backup QB is. So I'm just going to leave Malik in and he'll just do whatever he wants. That's what I would do.
So this is the one thing I want to say. Again, this was context to that quote is this. Last week, Louisville played Syracuse on a Friday night. No, Saturday night. And they got drugged. 31-7.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close.
Nope.
Like, it was not even a close affair at all. Louisville was actually favored in the game. They looked bad.
Mm-hmm.
Looked really bad.
Yes.
Fast forward to a week later, down in UCF. UCF's a 6-point favorite. Louisville comes out with the win. And Louisville's defense looked great.
Yep.
Malik looked okay. He looked a lot better. He still, I mean, what I will say is this. It wasn't earth-shattering what he did, but he also they went kind of back to old school. They let him run. The offense was able to move the ball down the field. So, and what was the score? Do you remember?
Like 2014.
Yeah. And, oh, yeah. And then if you haven't looked at UCF's social media posts afterwards, it's great. You should go look at it and see if you can find a score. It's amazing. So I'll say this. Louisville, after week 1, we were all ready to throw in the towel, all those things. They clearly looked a lot better next. So here's the thing. So I'm actually going to shout out Jerry now, because this weekend on Friday, we got Louisville versus Florida State. Here in Louisville, I wonder if Jerry's going. We should ask him if he's going. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I think this is going to be the test. Like, Louisville's going to know where they are if they can after this week. Just straight up. So, full disclosure, Royce is looking at the graphic right now. Did you find it?
Yeah. That's pretty small.
So, I'm really excited for this Friday's game.
Who do they play?
Florida State, 2-0. Florida State, Jerry. It's the battle of the sponsor. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think, look, I don't know. Like, Florida State's the matchup predictor is supposed to win, and I don't know what the line is. It looks like it's Florida State 2.5, which is kind of crazy because you get 3 points for playing at home. So that means that if this were at Florida State, it'd be almost a touchdown game. So we'll see. We shall see. All right.
Yep.
That being said, I think, what time is it? Okay. All right. I would like to do something here.
All right.
I'm going to give you 2 options. We can either move to the Rankum section.
Okay.
Or you can talk about your Netflix documentary that's coming out.
All right. I don't know if I really have much to talk about it. It just says LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. I don't think there's much to talk about in that particular situation.
Well, would you at least like to tell people what I'm talking
It was
about?
the Redeem Team documentary. I'm just waiting until they make a documentary only about LeBron James. It's gonna happen.
What do you think it's gonna be called? The Last King?
No, it'll be called probably The King, or The Chosen One, or The Greatest Player of All Time. He's gonna pass Kareem this year. It's gonna be this year, Dom.
It's crazy. All-time leading score. It's crazy.
Yep, he's already all-time in playoffs and regular season combined, and then he just needs that one.
All right. So
apparently, at some point, he passed Karl Malone. I don't even I don't even know when that was, but he might have already done it, I think, and then I totally missed that.
So how about this? Let's move to the most anticipated segment.
All right, let's do it. Today we are ranking the top 5 MVP candidates in the NFL after week 1.
You were supposed to do top 5 conspiracy theories.
I was supposed to do that. You didn't remind me. I told you to remind me.
Well, in my defense, right. Did you get that text that I sent you at 6 a.m. last time? Last Wednesday? Did you get it?
What?
So I scheduled apparently you can schedule a shortcut on your phone. To
6 a.m. when?
Last Wednesday, because we were supposed to record last Wednesday. And so I scheduled a shortcut, and it was like, hey, top 5 conspiracy theories. Did it not come through? Dang. All right, I'm going to have to test it out.
Oh.
All right, how about this? You can do top 5 MVP candidates.
Top 5 conspiracy theories right now.
Do you have them ready now?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't do honorable mentions though.
Okay.
It's not allowed.
Okay.
All right.
Number 5.
Bigfoot. I don't even know if Bigfoot's real at this point. But I think he might. I don't even know. He's like, I just feel like he's gotta be. But he's gotta not. I don't know.
Did you say he's got to be, but he's got to not
Yeah.
be?
I don't know.
Okay. Why don't you know?
I don't know. Because what if it's just some dude who like just hasn't it's just I don't know. That's number 5.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4. The Loch Ness Monster. I think there's a higher chance than Bigfoot, I would say. Cause like cause like it's the ocean or like lake or whatever, and it's water. I mean, we don't even know that much about water. So like, we don't, and like, it's like, how much do you know about water? I have like some sort of water is great.
Okay.
I'll swim in the water. I won't fly over the water, but I will swim in the water. Water is so good, and it's just so useful. I don't know where I'd be without the water.
Okay.
All right.
So, okay. All right. Sorry. So, number 5 is Bigfoot. Number 4 is the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
Number 3.
Number 3 is ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts, but that's just me.
Why don't you believe in ghosts?
Because I don't know why it would make sense. My brother, giving you a shout out. He said he wants to be a ghost hunter.
Okay.
It's all your fulfill your dreams of being a ghost hunter. If you listen to this, he said he wants to be a ghost hunter. I believe in him.
Can I ask you, why does he want to be a ghost hunter?
I have no clue, but he's got it.
He's
got it.
He's got.
He's a loyal listener to this podcast.
Oh, he's got. Oh, wait, when you say he's got it, you mean he's got what?
He's gonna do it.
He's got the ability to be a ghost hunter?
Yes.
Does he ghost hunt now?
Maybe. I don't know.
Would you go on a ghost hunt with him when he becomes a professional ghost hunter?
If I get paid.
If he paid you?
Yes.
So, let me ask you this. Would you be afraid of said ghost? If they were real? You don't believe they're real?
Yes.
But, like, think about this.
I'd be
like,
losing my mind.
Stranger Things type ghost.
Okay, well, they die in Stranger Things a lot, some of them. So, like...
So you don't want to be a Stranger Things ghost hunter?
No.
That's fair. Okay. All right. So number 3 is ghost. Number 2.
Number 2 is aliens / how the pyramids were built. Because personally, I don't think that the people built the pyramids. You can say whatever you want. You can give me any sort of historical lesson about how the people actually built the pyramids. I disagree. I don't think that they did.
I got into, this was maybe 3 weeks ago. It was a YouTube video deep dive on how they potentially built the pyramids using a floating system.
A what?
Floating water. They making canals and creating water locks to float the stones up.
I watched a video about how the Egyptians were more advanced than we are now, which doesn't make any sense.
Well,
how are they more advanced than we are?
So here's what I'll say.
How did they let this happen? The Egyptians are the reason for humanity's destruction.
What?
If we're obviously not advanced, it's their fault.
Well, but think about this for a second. I don't think people mean they're more advanced in the fact that they have more technology than we do now. I think it's more in the fact that what they had to work with, they actually accomplished more than we did now.
Okay, well, that's just, they're more productive.
No, I mean, it's no different than the Roman. I mean, have y'all got to the Roman aqueducts yet?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Like the Roman grid system, the city grid system they laid out, the roads and the aqueducts, like that is phenomenal.
Hot take.
I
hate the Romans.
What?
They're
Why?
terrible. I have many problems with like Europe and like the Renaissance is so bad. I hate the Renaissance.
Okay, do you mean like the fact that they were running around?
I hate Europe.
Okay,
Not
okay,
like
hold
right
up.
now,
I was
but
about to say
like past Europe, it's just so bad.
do you not like the conquering portion of Europe? Like just taking what they want for themselves?
No, I just don't like Europe.
I mean,
Like it's something about Europe that I just don't like.
the plague happened in Europe.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So, when you say you don't like Rome,
It's
and
just because like I just feel like there's a lot happening and they were like discovering a lot of new things. Which means that they like I just don't like I don't know. I don't like them.
I'm just confused. And I know that I shouldn't be because you just don't like them and it is what it is. But like, there's nothing that. So, are you upset at the fact that they were able to? So okay, all right, hear me out. Let's say the Roman. Let's go back to the original.
Okay, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's the way they dress and how they looked.
But wearing tunics and stuff.
And like their clothes were terrible.
They didn't have Air Force Ones or anything back then.
It was so bad.
I mean, can you imagine building a pyramid in sandals? Thong sandals.
Yeah, why did you do that? Just get a different pair of shoes.
Or no
if
shoes
you
at
know
all.
how to build a pyramid, why can't you just build shoes?
I mean, let's be real. If the Egyptians built the pyramids,
the Egyptians also
it was on slave labor.
Okay,
and
but
they
the
probably
Egyptians
didn't have shoes on at all, right?
The Egyptians also they were building pyramids, but they couldn't even like build like a toilet. Like they all just went to the bathroom in like the Nile River, and then they like drank out of the Nile River. So they're obviously unintelligent, yet they can still build pyramids. No, because aliens helped them.
So aliens helped them build the pyramids.
Yeah,
that's
because they obviously were not that intelligent. They had not gotten past a kindergarten level of drawing pictures on the walls.
They spoke in hieroglyphics, which is literally nothing
Because they
but
don't know
pictures.
how. Because they didn't pass kindergarten and they can't speak outside of pictures.
Well, but they had a language. They just
And their language was pictures.
but they didn't.
That is the same language as an average kindergarten student.
But they didn't talk out loud in pictures.
No, because
that's what they wrote down.
Yeah, but they didn't. They also go like, meh, meh, meh. That's probably what they sounded like.
Meow, meow, meow. All right.
That's probably what they sounded like.
Okay, so can I ask you this question?
Yes.
If the Egyptians had help with the pyramids, did any other portions of our civilization have help?
Well, obviously not the Europeaners, because the aliens were smart enough to not help them at all, because everybody hates the like 1500 Europeaners. And then I think that the people in the Americas before like everybody came over from everywhere, I think like the Incas and the Aztecs and the Mayas and the Olmecs and stuff, I think they definitely had help from the aliens. They would. I don't even know what Asia is.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Like, I have no history on Asia. I know literally we talked about literally like only Asia the entirety of last year, a little bit of Africa. I don't remember any of it. All I remember is the Song Dynasty.
So is this more of an indictment on your
Asia did not have any help from the aliens. And then Australia, they are aliens. Yep.
Huh. Okay.
And
Anybody from Australia today is an alien.
Yeah. And like Christopher Columbus is an idiot. He's not smart. He thought he was in Japan and he was in like he's just not smart. He's not smart.
I will say this. I've always struggled with the whole how do you discover something that already had people on it? So you can't discover it.
Yeah,
You didn't
so
discover
you
it.
obviously didn't discover it.
Yeah, it wasn't. You didn't discover it.
He was in Japan.
Well, he thought he said. So they also. I mean, a lot of people thought the world was flat. So this
People
probably
don't
leads.
think that
This
anymore?
probably leads to number one.
Number one, how they get the toothpaste inside of the toothpaste thing.
What? That's really your number one
Yes.
conspiracy?
Like, how do they, like,
This one's so easily solved.
Like-
You can look up a YouTube video to figure out how they put toothpaste in a toothpaste tube. I really thought you were going to hit home with something like, the moon is fake. The moon landing wasn't real.
the moon is made out of cheese, but
The moon is made out of cheese. Okay, that's good. You
Anyway.
really don't know how toothpaste is put into a tube?
no, and I
They-
want to find that out, but
They
that
open
was-
it up. And the flat end is sealed. So they put it on. The screw cap is in. They pour it in, and then they flatten out the flat part and they seal it.
Okay. Whatever. And then
What?
I have another, but there's another part.
Okay, I'm
There's
ready.
Another part.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are together.
How is this a conspiracy?
There's a deeper meaning.
What do you
behind it.
mean?
Ben Affleck is in the Illuminati.
Oh, okay. We're here. Let's go.
Something is wrong with Ben Affleck. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find out.
Like he's sick?
No, Ben Affleck is dead. There's an imposter Ben Affleck who's living right now. And then you know what he did? So the imposter Ben Affleck didn't update his software, and he has the Ben Affleck that Jennifer Lopez liked. So something happened with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, and so she was like, "Dang, I don't like that." And so they weren't together. And then she got without A-Rod, but then Ben Affleck secretly died, and then the imposter Ben Affleck came in, and J-Lo's like, "Whoa, that's crazy," and so now they're back together again. I think that happens a lot more frequently than you actually think.
Okay, so imposter Ben Affleck, you mentioned software. So you're talking that this is a robot.
No,
No.
not
okay.
necessarily. I was just like making like didn't update. I don't even know when I said what in what context. When did I?
You
use
said the Ben Affleck, the imposter Ben Affleck
Oh
is
yeah, he
running
didn't
on old
update
software.
his software. So like he basically just is the Ben Affleck from
Right, but
earlier.
so-
He didn't update his software. I was just saying because like
software implies that it would be.
well, yeah, but I said he
Artificial
didn't update
intelligence.
his software, which is just what I say when something is outdated.
So is this a clone?
Yes. Also, Jim Carrey is also in the Illuminati. I actually have evidence on that.
So let me get this straight. So number one, your top conspiracy is how do they get toothpaste in a tube?
Yes.
But we've talked less about that and more about the fact that the Illuminati is real and that
It
there are fake
most
people.
certainly is.
There are fake people that
I actually have so much evidence on Jim Carrey being in the Illuminati. This-
how what? Just give me the Cliff Notes version. Do you think this room is tapped now?
I
Is
don't
it-
think life is real.
What do you mean? This is a simulation? Is this a simulation?
No.
So if it's not real, then what are we? Is this a video game?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's not real.
Is it red or green pill?
It was blue.
Or red or blue pill? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm right.
What?
You just said red or green.
What?
He just said red or green.
What's that got to do with anything?
He said red or green. That means that it's a simulation.
How is this a simulation? Because I
'Cause-
misremembered the
'cause
pill
you messed
colors
up.
in Matrix.
Every time someone messes up, it means that life's a simulation.
What?
That's what it means.
Not like a glitch.
And they try to no, it wasn't a glitch. Are you real?
I don't understand what's happening right now. What is going on? What's happening? I don't understand what's happening. Why are you crying?
No, it's just I was yawning so much that my eyes watered.
Got you. Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest. So the episode title is gonna be "Come for the recap, stay for the conspiracy theories." I think that's what we got to. I
Why
want.
is Chick-fil-A spelled with a K? It's not spelled with a K.
What?
Why does the toilet flush on the opposite direction in Australia?
It's not just Australia. It's the southern half of the.
It's Australia.
It's the southern half. It's different. Spins in the water, and then it comes this way because of how the Earth spins. So here's what I'll say. You have a lot of questions that could be simply answered just by a YouTube video.
I don't think it's real.
You don't think YouTube is real?
Well, obviously it can't be real if.
So the only question I have,
real.
if this is not real, and I will entertain it. If it's not real, then what is it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Well,
Once I thought it was a children's book, but I doubt that it is a children's book. What is it?
okay. Well, here's what I would like to say. I think we'll close out that segment of Royce's Ranksome with a riveting Ranksome on conspiracy theories. It's kind of my fault for even bringing it up. I think we should do a special episode one day. Not today. We don't have time. But a special episode where you just talk conspiracy theories.
All right.
Okay. All right. With that being said, you got anything for the people?
Today is the day that Darren Waller got put into the system.
So
Not
this
even gonna
is
say it's his birthday. 'Cause
Darren
it
Waller's
doesn't
upload
matter.
day.
It doesn't even matter. What is
It doesn't matter.
What is the purpose?
Okay.
Why am I here? That's what I want to know. So I leave you with this closing speech. Why are you here? What difference are you going to make in this world? There are a lot of people who don't make a difference, and I want you to get up right now, and I want 61 push-ups, and then I want you to call your mother, tell her that you love her, and I want you to go to your job right now, and I want you to get to work, and I want you to make a difference. Because if you do not make a difference, who will? That's what I leave you with. Thank you. They're gonna play that one at Harvard when like all the people are there and they're doing the thing. And they're gonna call me in and I'm gonna talk to the students at Harvard. That's what's gonna happen.
And with that, we're out.
It's not even real. It doesn't exist.